What is going on, fellow fans of Clash of Clans? Now, at the risk of being one of those YouTubers that complains about something all the time, I'm just gonna say this once. Dirty baby dragon spammers drive me nuts. Okay, this attack strategy, I regret ever making that video about mass dragons winning battles in night mode. I'm not a fan, okay? So if you do it, you're a dirty baby dragon spammer, okay? That's just the way it is. Now, yes, okay, so maybe I'm partially to blame for this, or maybe it is actually a relatively effective way to get a high percentage 1-star. So the key is, the way the rest of us have to fight it, is to shoot for those low percentage 2-stars. So the old saying, 2 stars win wars, may never have been very accurate, but 2 stars win versus battles is an accurate statement right now, and that is what the top players are shooting for. Trying to grab those 2-star attacks. Gotta get that builder haul. Need to get that builder haul down, and then of course the percentage to defeat these guys that are using mass dragons right now, and a lot of players are doing it. There's even entire clans that are becoming known for using the dragon spam attacks. And now I will say that in the hashtag I do say baby dragon spammer, and I also do realize that you cannot just truly spam baby dragons and expect to win. So this is a little bit tongue-in-cheek, you guys. I'm trying to take a humorous angle at this. I realize that using all baby dragons is a respectable attack. Well, it's an attack that requires skill. It's an attack that's not completely mindless, okay? You do have to space those baby dragons out, and it's also very difficult to grab 2 stars, although some players will do it. You can even 3-star a very poorly designed or underdeveloped base with just baby dragons. So looking at it again, I'm just showing you guys some of the replays in my log. And right now, I would say that about 60% of my opponents, nearly 2/3 of them, are using this attack strategy to try to win. So I have to say it again, dirty baby dragon spammers. So yes, I am combating these dragon attacks with a multitude of strategies of my own. Right here, this base, very popular. I call it double bracket. You can see it looks like 2 sets of brackets at different angles. And I'm using just bombers and barbarians. Top right, approaching from the angle away from the crushers. I use the barbarians to trigger traps in the area, and then I drop all 4 of the bombers to open up that wall. And then in comes the battle machine, in come most of the barbarians. We want to rush in here as quickly as possible, getting to that builder hall. Again, you can see we usually do not have to face the crusher, the barbs, the battle machine getting distracted by the guard hut units, but the barbarians are going to get there. The remainder of the barbs coming in from the bottom left, they're going to help pick up the 2nd star for 50%. It's not usually a high percentage attack strategy, as you can see right here. Works out though. We get the 2 stars, and looks like this might be 59 or maybe 62% on this attack. The barbs and the bomber can't quite get that lab down. 59% 2-star, and again, even a 50% 2-star is going to beat those guys. So here we go. Defending with, I don't know what to call this base. It almost looks like a smiling robot face, kind of tilted to one side. Anyway, I've been using this pre-meta base. It was the meta, now it's not, and it's still having some success. Although I will tell you, by the time this episode comes out, I will have switched away from this base because it is starting to get 2-starred a little more frequently. Right here, yep, you guessed it, another dirty baby dragon spammer going in with dragons, trying to grab the builder hall here. So at least he made an effort, but it didn't work out. It didn't work out because we are going to go after his modified bracket base with baby Mitch. So this time we're going to switch out. We could have gone at this with the bombers and the barbarians from that top right, and I think that may have worked out, but that second layer of walls right there does sometimes cause the bombers to spread out and not break, and it just, I don't know, it's a little bit inconsistent. But then again, inconsistent is the word of the day in the builder village, the night mode, whatever you want to call it. It just feels like, and I've seen players in my clan do this, 2 attacks against virtually the exact same base with virtually the exact same strategy, timing of troops, and things turn out completely differently Especially with Night Witches, I feel like things can go really, really well, or they can go south super quickly when you are using the Night Witch. And now I am, again, going to use Baby Mitch on this base. Normally, I might come opposite the air bombs, but some of my clan members in Night Mode Clash said, dude, you got to come at this base from right at the air bombs. And so, sure enough, here we go. Battle machine down. The Night Witches are moving in from a distance. They should clear those air mines that are in the area. The dragon's going to clear out any others. Here come the minions, going to save a few of them. You can see the witch is getting sprung around, but that witch is still up. The other witch is gone to the right-hand side. She triggers a mine, but survives. And right here, we're going to lose the battle machine to the Crusher and that guard hut distraction. But check out the middle of the base in the core. The beta minions doing a great job. They've got the builder hall down, and now it's just a matter of surviving long enough to grab the second star. So 39%, working on a few other structures. The Crusher goes down, 48, 2 more beta minions, and this was clutch right here. Yes, a 48% 1 star will almost always lose to a baby dragon player, but I saved these last 2 beta minions trying to figure out where to go. And as we zoom in, check out the elixir collector. Both beta minions go down. They're going to hit a mine right here. Doesn't look good. They're taking damage. 1 left, and check out how close this comes. That is super close. We just barely grabbed the second star, exactly dead on at 50%. But again, second star almost always enough to beat a dragon user. Okay, so sure enough, here we go again. This player dropping in the battle machine first, a slightly lower level battle machine. Again, this is really only a 1-star attack strategy. Although this approach right here, maybe with a level 10, it ends up as a 2-star. Either way, dirty baby dragon spammer. So yes, Thunderbolt with a slightly less developed base. You saw that he didn't have a maxed out battle machine. Would that have made a difference in his attack? He might have grabbed an extra structure or 2. So this could have ended up quite differently. But it turns out that Thunderbolt was running virtually the same base that I was. And I decided to go after this guy with Bomb Barge. So trying to get this double layer of walls open can be dangerous. Trying to get those bombers in time. Ideally, you want to wait and let the battle machine come in and turn inside the core. This was a huge mistake. See the battle machine moving down along that wall right there. Big mistake. If we had delayed the battle machine a little bit longer, I think he survives longer and ends up in the core. This is a close call for the 50%. We grab the builder hall, but check out those well-protected camps on the other side. The only way to get to these guys was with the barbarians. Very luckily here, I saved enough barbs that I was able to use those barbarians to pierce through these walls on the outside and then drop in the archers to take down the inner structures. So we created 2 paths of entry into the back side of this base. Once it's open, now the archers can move in. There were a couple structures on the outside as well, but we were pretty far from 50%. We wanted to grab those easy single archer camps that were well embedded inside those walls right there. Eventually, with our final archers running in, we will grab the lab and the camps, and we will pull off a 56% 2-star win. Just barely enough to beat Thunderbolt, who had that 50% 1-star battle. Hey, and shout out to my Filipino fans. I'm assuming he's from a Filipino clan. Always good to see those guys. Such a huge fan base of Clash of Clans in the Philippines, and Manila, one of my favorite places to visit. All right, you guys, let's review some of these comments. Speaking of, Theodore, I have nothing else to say, but, well, you know. Cody Johnson, he doesn't like people wasting his clock tower boost. If you slow deploy mass archers while I'm using my clock tower boost, I will find you and... All right, Joe Creek and a lot of other people disappointed that 2v2 has gone away in Clash Royale. It will come back. I just don't know when. It's disappointing. I agree. And speaking of disappointing, Ferris worried about getting banned for growing grass. No, only if it's offensive. And then I like this one here. Level 1 counters level 13 elite barbs perfectly. Me having a harder time. But hey, those guys are pros over there in FA level 1. And then how about Sheogorath, Daedric Prince of Madness. Now this right here is, it's not a glitch. Actually, what you're seeing, what he's talking about is when the Crusher appears to double activate. It's kind of like a Sparky that shoots back to back, it is not actually a glitch. If the unit that the Crusher was targeting goes down as it's activating, it will activate again rather than wasting that activation. And last but not least, Joshua, yes, I promise you I was a teen before. And if you're lucky, someday you'll be able to say you were a teen before too. All right, thank you guys, Galafam, so much for watching all the way to the end of this episode. Make sure you subscribe for the earliest possible update and sneak peek information coming soon. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and meet me back here again tomorrow for more full attacks. Galadon, I like the way you use that dramatic pause.